So more on the subject of the surrendering, and more on the subject of giving up the stories. And what I mean by that is you have to give up the story of union. You have to give that up. You come to a place where you completely lose the 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 yearning for union. It's like you completely surrender that that doesn't have to take place, that there is a possibility that that will never happen. Not only is there a possibility, you get to a place where you say that's not going to happen. You start looking at the the reality completely different. You surrender into it, and you give up the need for that or the want for that. So at some point along this journey, part of the journey is um, giving up on the twin flame connection. And I don't mean giving up like because it's there, but you have to rise above the story of it. You have to rise above the you have to give up the yearning for union. And that is one of the most difficult things to do because that's what the whole twin flame journey is about. Everybody's, well, when are we going to be in union? What about union? What about this? What about union? It's always about the union. And I think that at one point on this, you give up that yearning and you get out of the story of it and you come right back into your own center, and now you're making your own story. It's like your twin has this big inflated balloon and you're all the time over poking your head in their balloon, right? Energetically, physically, you're always like over there in their business, but in the meantime your balloon starts depleting and there's nothing over here in your life that has any kind of meaning, that has any kind of emotional value to you anymore. It's like your whole life has become depleted and meaningless. And when you give up that, and it's not superficial. It's something that happens along this journey by itself because it's unbearable. The stories aren't holding up anymore. Yeah, the stories could be true, but they're not holding up in this playing field where we are living right now. Those stories are on a different timeline somewhere, and they're not relevant unless you can align all the stories and bring them down into it's like every story is in a different place, and that's what's giving you like you go into this time into this dimension, your story's way over here, and you go into this other dimension, your story's way over there, and somehow you have to align all of those stories, and the only place that those stories can meet during this lifetime is in this physical plane. You can't go when you have a physical body and live up in this one of these other just conscious planes. You can't, because then you would have to give up the body. So divine, the complete enlightenment and heaven on earth is in this physical plane. It can't be different. This is where this life is playing out. So you have to be able to align all those other dimensions and all those other timelines into the one. And this is the tail end, right? So all of those other dimensions, you have to align to this. This is the anchor. This physical plane, physical body is the anchor of all of the other dimensions, right? Because we are the lowest vibration. It's like a flower going, and you could also see it like everything is created there. It's a two-way, right? Because everything is created there and comes down to the point of the physical. But once you master that, master those, you understand it's just like that. It's just like the Magen David, which the Magen David origin was not a Magen David. It was as above, whatever is above comes down below, and as below goes above. So it's that double triangle where the connection of the yin and yang, divine masculine, divine feminine. But you have to come into holding up your divine feminine first. You have to be a divine feminine, right? If you're a feminine and you're divine, divine feminine isn't isn't pouty and nose running around desperate, running around somebody else to fulfill their being. This is all, it's all coming together as I was speaking, right? So in order to be divine feminine, you have to be divine feminine. That means that you have to actually be that on your own rights. And when you get to that point, the point, first of all, it's a point of pain. It's a point where there is no continuation from this point on the chasing. There's no point in it. You get all chased out. There's no point in it. Wait, I'm going to get it. So, you can't stop your twin from doing whatever they want. You can't make yourself more present so you'll be more attractive to them. You can't shove yourself into their life where they don't want you. And all of the stories start falling away. All of the what ifs, all of the, well, maybe this way or maybe that way, or the desperation of it. If I, or you even get to a point on this, there's a coffee in the freezer. You even get to a point on this where you don't care. All you want is to see that other person. You love them so much it doesn't matter. Just let me see you. Let me just be next to you for a minute. I need to get that energetic hit. Hold me up energetically. Oh, hold me. Live for me. Let me live through you. My life means nothing without you. Yeah. So you have to be able to give up all those stories and come into the now in perfect harmony with yourself, and inflate your own life back. Bring your own life energy back to you, all of your focus back to you. And you have to, this journey forces you into the now, which I think that is the spiritual awakening, is coming into being completely present in every single moment. That means that in every moment you have your life power with you present. You are present. You're fully conscious and aware in the now. You're not lost in those stories. You're not lost in the stories of what's happening in the future, which is being projected from the past. And so you're not bypassing your life in that projection from the past to the future, which is getting caught up in your own mind, right? You get stuck in that light from the past that's projecting onto the future, and you become nothing because you're not present. You're not changing anything. You're living in a place of fear or in a place of already what is the word, when like animals do, regurgitate. You're not regurgitating your life. You're not living your life on, oh, that worked in the past, so let me do that again. Or I'm afraid of that, so I'm not going to do that. Or that didn't work out, so you get into a place where all options are open, and you use your past as a teacher for going forward. You just look, you don't put judgment on yourself and on what you just look and say, okay, I did that and that turned out like that. Is that what I want? Or do I want to change it? And so then you come into a place of full power in your life where all the options are open. Even options that you didn't know that you had until now become open to you. So all of those timelines come down into the now. So I'm going to thank you for watching and sending you guys so much love. I feel like this morning it's just coming. It's when you go over these big hurdles in your journey, and then when you start coming out of them, then the understandings of what you went through start flowing through. And so as they come, I'm just going to put them up. You know, thank you for watching.